Hey folks, how's it going? We're finally checking out Jonathan's Creek, and it's been on the poll for a very long time, and I've been really looking forward to it, man. I've been waiting for it for so long that I do know some stuff about it, but of course I avoid spoilers, so some of the stuff might be pieced together from comments and messages, so I'm not going to get it completely correct. As I said, I don't want to read up on it because I avoid spoilers. But I believe I'm struggling with magician. He's either a magician or he works with a magician. I think I might be getting it wrong, but I do know he solves crimes. Like he does detective work, and I think it's supernatural stuff. Like he comes across supernatural things and stuff in the show. As I said, I'm piecing this together from comments and messages and stuff that I've received about the show. I've really been looking forward to checking this out. The first episode is a movie. It's an hour and a half, so it's a good start to everything. We got an hour and a half intro into it. I've only seen a couple other shows do that where the first episode is longer, like much longer to get you into it. I don't know if it's the same process, but sometimes it happens with the pilot episode where they don't know if it's going to actually become a whole show or not. So they have to cram so much, and it's hard to cram it into an hour. So it becomes like an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and a half. I'm not sure if that was the case with this, or if they just wanted to give people a nice, flushed out first episode when they even knew it was continuing. I don't know for sure. But as I said, this is a movie, man. It's an hour and a half. It's like the average length for comedies and stuff like that, like comedic movies. It's like hour and a half to hour and 40 minutes. Yeah. I mean, I've spoken enough. We're already going to be watching this for an hour and a half together, so let's just go ahead and jump into it, and we'll talk about it more at the old end.
Isn't that,
Nude study number 12, oil on canvas.
Oh, I knew the face was familiar.
You're so transparent I may throw up.
She's angry. I was about to say, I was wondering if that lady was his new wife and it was old wife. But no, she's flirting with the model.
Well, that brings back memories. Anyone I know?
All from photographs this time.
His rubbing his
I'm not
thumb
a
over his
live
butt.
model in months.
You must be losing your touch.
Hi, it's me. She just left. I don't know. I don't care. I just want you to get around here and make me bark like a sea lion.
This guy's a cheater. She has a right to be angry. You also think it'd be tough to be in a relationship with somebody if they are doing art. Constantly having nude women. Could be. It's a little odd.
Won't disturb you again.
Hello, Danny. DeVito. Davina.
Oh no.
Done much professional modelling, may I ask?
That's what she's like, Daddy DeVito. Yeah, bogus. The way she was turned around backwards is she didn't turn around to even.
Fine. Bye.
She might kill you too, lady.
What is this? What do you think?
Girl, get out of there. You don't go upstairs and check on gunshots. You have nothing to protect yourself with. Girl, I would have busted Yui. Somebody's gotta find a body. Leprechaun? What the hell going on here?
Miss Patron arrived at your house around 9:15. She and your husband made love for 2 hours.
God
Rose and
bless
showered
him, 2
together,
hours.
and then when she was in the bedroom getting ready to leave, he went downstairs to take a phone call. Imagine, where were you at the time all this happened? At 11:25 this morning.
11:25? I was here. I haven't set foot outside this room since I arrived at about 9:30. My PA will tell you. Off the door handle in my husband's studio.
Sorry about that, miss. I'm afraid we're gonna have to close this checkout. I do apologize.
They pissed off me for a few cents, man. Come on, bro. I waited a long while. That's cool. You know, I never thought about that they might start off that way. I know Giles is in this. I don't remember his real name. What's his real name? Anthony Head.
Need someone who understands the timing to escort the volunteer. So if you haven't got anything on all week...
No, Adam. I haven't got anything on all week.
Great. See you at 6. Oh, and don't forget your passport this time.
Cheers, Adam.
We got us
Why
something
go the
soon.
whole
I have
hog
no
and have
plans
him
for a whole
neutered?
week.
I'm sorry?
He doesn't get a chance, does he? Playing Timmy the Lamp to you all the while.
Were they mine, Mr. Griswold? Were they mine? The fingerprints on the gun don't appear to belong to anyone connected with this case. But then you might have borrowed the gun and wore gloves. It's hardly a testament to your innocence, is it?
Documentary.
Uh-huh.
Wonder why they haven't run.
Don't know. Hello. Superintendent. My name's Madeline Magellan. I'm researching a book about bungled police prosecutions over the... Sorry? Well, it's in connection with the death of a Mrs. Doreen Harker, who I understand rather tragically hanged herself last week while in police custody with some thick copper wire.
How many cameramen there are chasing jobs these days?
Don't point that thing at me, please.
You're impossible, do you know that? You want to write about criminal injustices, start with this relationship. I don't think you even care about... Put that down.
I'm not... Michelle's wife never left her office that morning. From what they're saying, there's no way on earth she could have got out without someone seeing.
She did it. I don't know how, but she went back to that house and shot her old man in cold blood. And she'll watch me go down for it unless someone like you can nail her.
How she... Is that a trap door or something in the office? I'm trying to figure out how she got... My suspicion kind of went away from the wife because it just seemed too obvious.
Mrs. Shell, a man's been charged with the murder of your husband. Any reaction to that news?
I can't say anything now. It's up to you to say.
But you must be relieved that someone's been arrested at last.
Nothing anyone does now will bring Hetty back. I just hope that whoever carried out this terrible crime will suffer the full force of British justice.
Every time I call round, she's out. Thought I'd try and tap into her answer machine, see where it took me. BT Response 80s have a 2-digit code. That's 99 possibilities. 35...
You're not serious.
36... 36. Bingo. 3 messages. Please push 1 for playback.
That's a terrible
What have we got?
system.
Ah, that's obscene.
What is?
The main plank of our therapy is that you have someone to talk to purge yourself.
I don't know.
Good idea. I'll give you my number. How does that sound?
So...
Good way in. She's good at her job.
Who's gonna come out and play? How about... Don't you feel a little hot and sticky, Francesca? I'll bet you're ready for a shower, huh? Come on, take a look. Just a little freshen up, okay? Step right up there. How about that blouse? You don't want that to shrink any? Or that skirt? Oh, doesn't bear thinking about.
You convinced me to do this.
Now, don't worry. No one's looking. Just throw it on over here. Okay. How you doing in there? Are you ready for me to come and wash your back?
Oh.
One very quick favor.
No, not this routine again. I don't change my socks as often as you change sleeping partners.
Well, that's something else we can discuss. Listen, Jonathan, don't worry about Yasmin. I'll straighten that out because I swear, Jonathan, this is the real thing.
You know, just the minute I took off my clothes, I could feel he was attracted to me.
Isn't that funny?
That's a surprise.
And before you knew it, you were secret lovers. For me, it was very frustrating. But he didn't want the publicity of divorce because Serena could make things very unpleasant for him, for his career, so...
Right.
Morning. I was just passing.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Adam Klaus would like you to have this with his eternal, undying love.
This is so naughty of him. What is he doing?
He's like, all right.
Hi, Madeline Magellan, Mad Cow Productions for Channel 4. We're interviewing Serena Shell at 3:30. A series on image breakers in the fashion industry. It is all arranged.
Would you like to take a seat?
Thanks.
I can never do any type of like journalism so like that.
How does it
Just
feel?
walking around.
Like I've been
making up
artificially
stuff.
inseminated with a...
Thin out the neck a little.
Amazing. I think they start out like, well, we're talking Quasimodo with acne, really, aren't we?
I'm giving away our trade secrets.
Oh, we won't tell anyone. Just a teensy few. So...
I mean, if you'd left the room at any point, bang goes her alibi.
Masses to do that day. I didn't leave my desk till 1.
But you'd spoken to her during the morning, putting calls through.
More than my life's worth when she's not to be disturbed. She often does that.
And when you'd got this file from the cabinet,
I shut the door, went back to my desk, picked up the phone again to this, whatever her name was, Davina Bates? Or Yates? Yates or Bates, can't remember now. And from then on, I told them I didn't move for like a good 3 hours. And no, I didn't nod off at my computer or pop to the loo. I was here the entire time at my desk.
Some girl named Davina Yates. Or it might have been Bates. The PA can't remember.
What difference does her name make?
Well, very big difference if it was Yates.
Why?
Because it would explain how Serena Shale managed to get out of that room to go home and kill her husband.
Robert Houdin, masculine, Devon. I was born 100 years too late, basically.
I take it this is a disease that struck in childhood.
I never wanted to be a magician as such, swanning about with silk hankies. It was, I don't know, the ingenuity at the back of it always fascinated the hell out of me. Started dreaming up a few ideas, like it's a cop-out to try and escape.
Brilliant! Is this one of the things where you get on and it makes you look as if I've always wanted to have a go on one of these.
Maybe later. Now.
What is it?
Serena's office.
Nice.
More or less to scale based on the video.
When did you do this?
What happens if she never went in the first place?
Yeah, but her PA said that she saw her sitting up against the
No,
desk.
she saw a pair of legs and some smoke, which proves nothing. So forget about them for the moment. This time,
Yeah, I would say it's weird
you
she
be
turned
Joy.
around.
Serena immediately closes the door, ducks down here behind this chair.
It's a bit convenient, isn't it? The phone rings at that exact moment at that end of the desk. This girl about her pictures. It's actually Serena.
And of course, as she talks, she moves around behind the other sofa. So now, Serena apparently invites Joy over the intercom to collect the photos. If she can work that trick with the phone, there's no reason why she couldn't have some kind of bug rigged up to the machine on the desk.
Okay, if you make it quick.
Okay.
Joy steps through, and this is where the girl's name comes in.
Put them together.
You have to get right down for this.
The outer doorway is still clearly in vision. But if you're crouching down at the bottom of the third one, after Yates, the doorway's just masked. Enough for Serena to slip out of the room and then down the fire escape.
Coming back, she just nips in again while Joy's in reception. Goes back to her desk. She'll swear she's been there.
That's all magic is. It's an illusion. It doesn't make an illusion magic.
No. Right. Thanks, then.
You're welcome.
It's amazing, I suppose.
The more I go over it, this bloke's Shale, his life and work and everything, the more I think we're missing something obvious.
Did he stage his own death? I know when artists die, their stuff becomes more valuable. It increases
See,
a lot.
this is the one that
Oh,
won't
that's
go
what it is.
away. Fingerprints on gun. 3 question marks.
I thought you said.
The killer wore gloves. That's what Francesca said.
We know
so why would
they,
you then
they
take
put the
them
body
off?
in a bag and everything.
Why
so
leave the gun
that
behind in
won't
the
work.
first place?
Dropped it, I suppose, in the hurry to get away. Anyway, they couldn't get a match on those prints against Griswold or anyone else who was in the house. You just don't want to admit that I've whetted your appetite.
Is that a fact?
Oh, no.
So the thing about this place, the back garden's totally enclosed for security reasons. Promise not to touch anything.
It's the first door at the top. You want to take a seat then?
I guess that'll work when somebody's already in the middle of doing something while asking. You won't stop them.
Make sure she knows about all this.
Right. Good idea.
Could do better than that, bud.
Tell me, I think.
Well, maybe I ought to see if she's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's
Sorry.
okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let me.
Come on. Come on, here. It's all okay. It's all okay. Yeah, have a good old squirt.
Mrs. Shale, he wasn't doing anything. He just gave me something to blow on, that's all.
Oh,
Is that
no.
right?
Change that wordage.
Oh, what's this? Some dust on your face? Here, let me get that for you.
This guy's a lunatic.
Out then, bye. What are you doing?
They better run fast. Is she gonna say to tell them that they were there? I always do this. Like I'm trying to look around the bush myself. Like, possible.
By Pablo Picasso.
She did it.
What did you find?
Nothing that stands up. She did it. It's all there in her face.
Where did you get that from?
On the bedroom floor. Which is another thing. That rug with his blood on it. Well, you'd throw it away, wouldn't you? Burn it. But she's just left it there. She's got to be sick.
I forgot that he was shot on that.
I saw something.
So what blood?
Poussin. Who told you I adored Poussin?
A little bird.
A little bird, you see? She's always there. Mind like Quicksilver. Such a talent. In every department.
Like, bro, why do I have to be here? What's going on?
I mean, Yasmin had done this routine, what, 50 times?
Yasmin is no longer part of the story, Jonathan, for whatever reasons. I don't run her life.
I'm such a quick learner, Jonathan. You trust me?
No.
No.
No, Liz?
Are those cigarette burns?
They're bullet holes.
Oh, I thought somebody was putting cigarette burns on. Maybe somebody would just shoot the painting to make it seem like the wife, like from like jealousy. I don't know. I don't know who did it. This is. I can't wait to see how this comes together, man. Man, all we had a little something. I doubt he was thinking that, but.
What the hell are you doing? I told you to stay outside Francesca's door and not to move.
Sorry, Mr. Glass, I had to pass urine.
I don't pay you to pass urine. I pay you not to move from the dressing room. There's a young girl in there whose life could well be in danger if we don't all keep...
Shit.
I've put on 3 pounds since last
Girl,
Sunday.
if you don't get it together.
I can't do the show.
Nothing. I'm gonna make sure of that.
My name's Serena Shale, calling from Eve magazine. I think she'll know me. I wonder if you give her a message. Tell her I want to buy her story. I'm absolutely serious. Tell her to forget any personal situation between us. This is a professional inquiry. And discuss terms.
Uh-oh. I'm ready for them to start putting pieces together. I'm ready to see what is happening.
For the third time of asking, can you ring me at the theatre ASAP?
She's trying to get the story first. I don't understand like what she's doing. She's concerned that they're gonna get this, put it out, it's gonna make her look bad. But if she does it, she won't look as bad.
So weird. I mean, it's just weird.
What?
Someone stole my weighing machine.
What?
That set of scales I brought in this morning. But this door has been locked all day. How did they get inside this room?
My God, you've got some
What
explaining
is
to
this?
do.
What have you found out?
A letter addressed to Headley Shell from the Inland Revenue was lying on the floor when they discovered the body at 11:30.
Revenge. He was sleeping with another woman. A simple crime of passion. Plus, of course, the added benefits later on when the whole thing could be exploited for commercial gain. Francesca, because that's what you made us believe. But the truth of it is, Francesca wasn't his type. Unlikely as it may seem, but it was all there in his work. He was into a different kind of beauty in a woman. Something that went deeper than pore cleanser. Something he found in Katrina Topless.
Katrina?
I'm afraid.
Headley and Katrina.
Ripped off for him. He still somehow managed to resist. And you couldn't handle that. What did he do? Tell you to keep the painting as a peace offering and go away?
Headley loved me.
Your passport to fortune and fame.
What do you expect me to say to all this? The whole thing would have been physically impossible.
Sometimes it's not hard to make things look impossible if you work at it. Katrina's due at any minute. You force the drawers to fake a robbery. You threw the jewellery out the window to make it look like the thief had dropped it on the way out. You roughed up the bed a bit to make it look like there'd been a wrestling match. And then the devious bit. You tied yourself up. A couple of pinholes in the blindfold so you can see what you're doing. Once it's peeled off, no one's going to check that.
Okay. I didn't suspect her.
How did I shoot him?
Well, that was always the real stumper. Those prints on the gun, which apparently belonged to no one who'd been in the house that day.
Is it the crazy
We were
ex?
wrong,
Not the
weren't
the crazy boyfriend?
They belonged to you, Francesca.
If you check...
You'd fire the gun with your foot. But you'd already had plenty of target practice. With the painting in the cellar, the one you didn't want us to see. So when Headley walked in, you weren't going to miss.
You can't possibly expect the police to believe this.
Not without hard proof, obviously. Which is why this afternoon, Jonathan had me pop some bathroom scales down to the CID to eliminate your toe prints from their inquiries.
Dude, nice. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Unfortunately. Sorry about that.
Okay. How are we all doing in here? Who wants a little time?
Thing again. You still want my story? Will cost you double.
Sister, you're about to be in prison.
Works. To suddenly lock into that area that, because only her hands were tied up.
I know. Somewhere I still had that image of those long, prehensile toes. And when I turned the TV remote off last night on my foot, I don't know, I just suddenly saw it. They've probably forgotten all about us.
Oh, well.
I could give them another ring.
No, to be honest, I suppose I ought to get back.
Well, if you ever want any help again, don't ring me, whatever you do. All that snooping around.
Wait a minute. I mean, that could be the coffee, though. Make sure nothing's at the end.
Coffee for two?
Yeah, coffee.
Just put it over there, please.
When she rolled over and looked at it, I was like, are they going to do they're like, let's just get the whole will they, won't they out of the way in this show. We're not going to do that. Let's just let them have a little roll in the hay and let's move forward. I thought they might do something like that. But no. Dude, that was such an unexpected twist. I didn't suspect her at all with her being tied up and all that jazz. And even when she was exploring, like, how did she tie herself up and do all that? But them showing and breaking it, like, dude, that's so crazy. I did not suspect her. And of course, you initially suspect the wife because 9 times 10 it's somebody who you know. A lot of murders happen by somebody like you know, or somebody who's been around, maybe his neighbor or whatever, or your husband. I know they said that's the first person they question or something like that. That's the partner in the situations where like somebody dies, somebody's murdered, I should say. And yeah, I definitely thought it was the wife, and I was like, that could be just a distraction, like a deterrent, so we won't see. Like a misdirection, you know? So we won't actually be able to see everything else. We'll be so blinded and focused on her, we're going to miss out on other clues. And then I put that to bed. I was like, I don't think it's the wife. That just seems like it's a distraction. It's too simple. It's too easy. That seems to be the case with everything. They look at the spouse first. So I'm trying to think of who else it could be. And even in the last parts of it, when he said he couldn't answer the, like, shooting a gun, blah, 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 I was like, the freaking jealous boyfriend. And maybe he was involved because he found out that she was sleeping and they got in cahoots together to do it. And her using her feet, dude, this is crazy. I hope every episode is like this, where you keep guessing and just never have it. You're just always wrong. I really look forward to that. Just constantly trying to figure out what it is and just being completely wrong. Maybe I'll be proud of myself if I guess correct once, and not just guessing who did it while watching the show, guessing the details around it, like how they did and all that kind of stuff throughout the thing. If I get even 2 or 3 of the clues or whatever right, I'll be proud of myself. But I don't think I am. I think I'm going to continue to guess. All the misdirections are going to work on me well, and as soon as I think I have it, I'm going to be wrong. I feel like that's what's going to happen all while I watch this show, all the time. Man, Anthony Head, like I said, I only seen him in Buffy. I'm guessing he's gonna be in every episode since he's working for him, or maybe he'll branch off and go just work for her and stop doing the magician thing. I don't know, but he's so obsessed with magic, I don't see that happening. Since he grew up and always wanted to create the engineering and stuff behind it, I don't see it happening. So I'm guessing Anthony Head's gonna be in every episode, just this horny dude trying to get some all the time. And I don't know, they work well together. Him and the old girl, they play off each other really well. So I definitely look forward to seeing more of them working together, which I forgot that she was in this, and then I saw her name. I was like, okay, yeah, she is in this. And I knew the name looked familiar. I couldn't remember who it was, but I knew the name looked familiar and I had to look it up. But yeah, I forgot that she was in this, but I was told that she was in this. And you see her on like the little cover pictures and stuff like that when you look up Jonathan Creek. Man, I like his personality and stuff as well. He's he's funny. He's entertaining. Just like the way he was like his facial expressions are fantastic. I think those are great. Yeah, dude, this is really good. I enjoyed this. It didn't feel like an hour and a half. Every time, because I have to periodically check this to make sure it doesn't shut off. Because sometimes I've been recording and it'll like shut off, and I'm glad I checked. You know, and nobody like it'll be like sometimes 10 seconds or whatever, but still, like I always glance over. Even when I'm watching, sometimes you see my eye glance over just to make sure it's still red. I do that. And sometimes like I think it shuts off, that's when I do this. Like I think it shut off. But usually I can catch it within like 5 to 10 seconds and I'm good. And it doesn't shut off often. It just has done it to me in the past where it shut off on me. But I'm always have that thing where I'm hyper checking anyway. So I don't, because I've lost recordings before way early. I learned in the early days. I've mentioned this before in the early days when I was doing like, you know, those 3-minute reactions to like a comedy portion or things like that, stand up, and I've lost the entire video. I was like, okay, the video is lost because it didn't record and I saw it already, so what's the point? And I just have to move forward. I learned in the early days that, like, you know, just check it, make sure, even if it's going good for 3 weeks straight or a month straight, always check it. That's what I do. That's why I always record backup audio and record like multiple like channel. Like, you have to, or you'll lose stuff, or I have to. It makes me more comfortable with that. But all around, as I said, I enjoyed this episode. This was fantastic. Did not feel like an hour and a half. It was just very, very pleasant. And I kept on saying, like, man, give me something. Give me something. And every time I felt like they were giving me something, it wasn't really what I needed, you know? like he'll make that face, or they'll find something. I'm like, okay, what does that go to? And then I get nothing. They really make you wait all the way to the end to get the full reveal. Because I couldn't even guess and this is what I did guess, and I didn't want to say it out loud because I felt like it'd be stupid. I'm like, why would the mailman be involved? And then I even thought, was it somebody who works like I want to say paper boy, but a paper man, like a guy who throws paper, because put rubber bands around the paper. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I almost said that out loud. Like, maybe it's the paper guy, maybe it's the mailman. I just could not. And then when like the mail bin on the floor, I was like, I can't remember where the mail was at. Like, did they put it through the door chute, or did she step on it outside the door? Because there was no door chute. And is that relevant? And if so, how and why? And I was trying to put those pieces together in my head, and I was like, I don't know what this is leading to in my head. That's why for a while, a couple times, I was sitting there for about 3 minutes or 4 minutes, not saying anything, because I'm trying to put stuff together in my head. I'm like, none of this adding up. I don't know what's going on. Bless them. Even at the part when they're doing the magic trick, I really thought that lady somehow snuck in there. The music, the expression on her face, the whole shebang. And the fact that she was trying to buy the story, I was like, she maybe don't want them to get the story, because if somebody else puts it out, it makes her look guilty and she'll be in trouble. You know what I mean? They make her and all that jazz. But no, she just really wanted to buy the story. They really made her look crazy. And he, as she said, the girl wasn't his type. I think she maybe thought she was his type because she looked the part. But he loves more than just the way you look. Like, there's other stuff about you, I guess. I don't like your personality and all that jazz, maybe. And she doesn't like rejection. I guess she's very superficial and all that jazz. And when a man rejects her, she just cannot handle it. And yeah, that's crazy that she'll kill for rejection. You know what? Guys kill for rejection. What am I talking about? There are guys. I remember that hearing the story. There's so many of them, but I remember one of the worst ones I heard was when that girl rejected the guy's marriage proposal and she barely knew him. I can't remember the exact story, but he threw battery acid on her face because she said no to him. It's not like it's out of the norm for people to do that. I just feel like it's surprising when a woman does it that has never slept with you or anything. You're just obsessed with his art or whatever, and you can't handle being rejected by somebody's art you admire. I think she's one of them, like, oh, you like how Anthony Heed was behaving in this. I think that's what the reaction she wanted. She wanted him to be all over her and think her crap don't stink and all that jazz. Yeah. And I saw when she said he not the type. They did match, bright eyes, blonde hair, a bit more slender. It just seemed like that was his type. And his wife may have been that type. She walked around, seemed so angry and stuff, so it's kind of hard to know for sure. And how everything was like set up. I don't know. It was hard to know for sure. But I think like maybe his wife just got older and that's what bothered him. But maybe that's not the case either. He doesn't seem that because she still loved him. She just talks that way. That's what I've never seen somebody be aggressive and nice at the same time. Like how she walks us, good morning, how you doing? Can you do this for me? Thank you, please. Like I've never seen. But I think she gets that thing where what's it called? They call it like resting bitch face, where somebody just seems mean. Then you walk up to them, they're the nicest person. Guys have it, girls have it. A lot of people have it. Then you go up and just talk to them, and that's just the way they're. Not everybody sits there and smiles all the time. A lot of people thought I was mean because I just did sit there like smiling all the time. Even though I smile when it's funny and stuff like that, but sometimes I'm just thinking about something, so I look angry. And it doesn't help that people say I look like Suge Knight sometimes and all that, but that's how it's happened to me quite a few times. And people didn't know for sure what type of person I was going to be just by looking at me. They thought I'd be like an a-hole at the end of the day because I had that resting bitch face. For lack of a better term. I don't know what another term is for being that way. And then her just having, what's it called? I forgot when you're in the business world, some women change their tone of voice to be more successful. I've heard that. It's like that weird voice that lady was doing who scammed all those people with that blood thing. They made a documentary about her, but she adjusted her voice. She looks like a woman, and they said like those women who talk, with a domineering tone, they're more successful and like as CEOs and stuff like that. Something like that. You can't talk for lack of a better term, like a meager. You can't have like a meager tone. I don't know. Right. Again, I'm saying this. I enjoyed this. I thought this was fantastic. I can never be a reporter or any of that stuff, investigative journalist, any of that, because I people will see right through me. And then also, I'm not like this aggressive person that just go push past you like she did to go upstairs. Yeah, it takes a certain type of person. And it's necessary with all the schemes and stuff that go on in the world to have people like that have integrity and like that gumption to get to the truth. Everybody, we need that. I know everybody can't do it. I know I couldn't do it. Yeah. But all around, man, I enjoyed this. Again, I thought this was fantastic. This was very fun and entertaining. And it did feel like an hour and a half. I look forward to the next episode. This is great. And I didn't see anything supernatural in this. I remember somebody said somebody have a bit of a supernatural thing to it. Or Or maybe that's what I read? I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah. But yeah. All right, folks. That's it. That is all for this one. Hopefully you guys are happy, safe, and healthy. I'll see you in the next one. Later.